Now let's check in with meteorologist Chris Gilson in the Weather Center to see what is up for Balloon Fiesta weekend.
Good Friday morning to you. It's going to be a cool end to the week. As we head into the weekend, we had that strong area of low pressure move through, picked up the winds yesterday on your Thursday. That area of low pressure is now pushing off to the east northeast. Now we're just dealing with well below average temperatures for today. A lot of sunshine, and that sunshine will stick around for your Saturday and warm things up a little bit for this as we head into the weekend, as an area of high pressure builds in from the north, keeping the sunshine and the nice temperatures around for the weekend. For today, we'll make it only into the middle 60s, which is below average for this time of year. Upper 80s in Carlsbad, upper 70s in Roswell. You'll make it to 77 degrees, but on the cool side, the further north you go, 53 degrees for a high temperature in Durango and 56 in Los Alamos. As we head into the weekend, temperatures will climb back into the middle 70s by Sunday. It will be a nice end to Balloon Fiesta, and we'll continue with the sunshine for Monday and Tuesday, but temperatures dipping back into the low to mid 60s by next week.
All right, thank you, Chris. Now let's check in with Elizabeth Alvarez for this morning's headlines. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning, Chad. Good morning to you at home. We begin this morning talking about how the owners of a ranch for troubled youth are fighting back against allegations that kids have been beaten and shackled there. Tierra Blanca owner Scott Chandler has now sued the state, accusing CYFD of conducting an illegal investigation. He maintains that the program is helping children and not hurting them.
CYFD comes in and decided to conduct their investigation in a way that it was very upsetting. We had asked for sensitivity.
The attorney for the Southern New Mexico Ranch tells News 13 they have a court hearing next week. They will try to convince a judge that CYFD should redo its investigation and should not be allowed to shut down the ranch. By the way, the Department of Public Safety continues to investigate the ranch, saying that this case is one of the highest priority cases for state police. The Albuquerque Public School District is enlisting senior citizens to help stop kids from skipping school. The district says 16,000 kids were chronically absent last year, meaning that they missed 10 days of school or more, or were absent for 5 consecutive days. Now, senior citizens will be calling truant students to encourage them to go to class. They'll also help to identify any problems that may be stopping the kids from going to class, like problems with transportation. So far, 10 senior citizens have signed up for the program. Well, it is a tough spot to fill, but someone has to do it. We're talking about being the next Albuquerque police chief. Mayor R.J. Berry is hoping to have one picked out within the next 3 months. In the meantime, Mayor Berry has Chief Alan Banks, a 21-year-old vet, to hold things down. But he made it clear that that was only a temporary job until after the election. The mayor says that he is doing a national search for the next police chief.
I want someone who is an innovator and who's willing to be on the front edge of policing and techniques. I've asked my staff to, within the next 90 days, sometime around the first of the year, have this process completed.
The police union wants him to pick Banks as the replacement, the permanent replacement. Whoever the next police chief will be, though, will need to face the fallout of the federal investigation and a dissatisfied police force. $5 billion, that's the value of New Mexico homes that are in immediate danger if a wildfire spreads, according to a new study. With 9,000 homes in the East Mountains, those are the ones that are among the most vulnerable. Federal workers right now on furlough, it's making it hard to keep an eye on the danger.
And every time you drive up, they have the fire danger warning. They don't know, but they're probably endangering a lot of people by putting them out of work right now.
They got to realize that they live in a fire environment. And fire is a part of the ecosystem, and that's how nature rebuilds itself.
The report from a national real estate group says that more than 30,000 homes in New Mexico fall into that high-risk area. 7,700 are considered a very high risk for wildfires. More than 800 homes in Albuquerque's foothills could be in the path of wildfires. The Bernalillo County Fire Marshal reminds people to have an evacuation plan and clear out the brush and dead trees around your home. Breaking Bad fans brave the elements to get their hands on some coveted Fiesta pins. Check this out, dozens lined up in the rain and wind outside of the Plano Pin Company stand at Balloon Fiesta Park, where some there were stood there before dawn, even though they didn't go on sale until after 4 yesterday afternoon. Now, 15 minutes later, get this, 1,000 of the Breaking Bad ballooning pins were completely sold out. Now, you can still get one from the Plano Pin Company through their website. Of course, it's going to cost you a little more than what you would have gotten it at Balloon Fiesta. And lastly, bad news for kids who order Happy Meals. That is just for the toys. You see, McDonald's is actually dropping the toys and replacing them with books. The fast food chain is replacing 20 million paperback books in kids' meals for the first 2 weeks of November. And Mickey D says that the stories will be about choosing healthier food options. They'll also encourage kids and parents to choose milk, juice, or water instead of sugary sodas. And that wraps it up for your Friday morning headlines, Chad. I'm going to send it back to you. Love the idea that McDonald's is doing this.
Yeah, I think that that's pretty cool. Of course, some of the floor crew disagrees. They're saying, no, keep the food, keep the food.